Hey guys, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you're having a fantastic day. In this video, I want to share a post-burn review of the brand new SNIF Mornings at Levain. I actually picked up the 50 ounce of this particular fragrance without even bothering trying the smaller, like 2x size, because I just had a feeling that this one was going to totally rock my world. I have been chit-chatting with Drew about this fragrance. He got his first, and so as soon as he got his, he was like, yeah, you're gonna love it. So go for it and just like really actually go for it. So yeah, I think for me, this fragrance right here is one of my #1 new favorite fragrances for 2025. In fact, I love this one so much that I have already ordered a backup. This candle isn't cheap, so that definitely says something about this one. I'm telling you right now, there will not be a point in the future where I don't have one of these 50 ounce candles in my house. SNIF better not ever stop making it. I love this so much. I actually love this candle more than I loved the Creme Couture, and I really loved the SNIF Creme Couture. So if you are into bakery fragrances, listen up. This is the bakery scent. It literally captures the entire essence of walking into a bakery. I don't know how they did it, but they have it captured so perfectly. Honestly, I'm in love. So if you are interested in this one, I'll have it linked at the top of the description box here. Right now, it is only available at the SNIF website, but yeah, if you're interested, you can pick it up there. Like I said, there is I believe it's actually an 8.5 ounce 2x size. So if you're not ready to commit to a big mama jama like I did, you don't have to start. You don't have to start with the big one. So anyway, I'm really excited to share this review with you. So yeah, I'll link it at the top of the description box. Read up a little bit about it if you are interested. But without further ado, let's dive into SNIF Mornings at Levain. By the way, if you are not familiar with Levain, and I know that it looks like it says Levain, but it is a French word and it's pronounced Levain. Levain is a bakery that originated in New York City. It was started by two ladies who I don't actually think had a baking background, but they just wanted to do something different with their lives. And so they partnered up and created this amazing bakery. Levain is actually, and I'm gonna read you the definition of it. It is an active offshoot sourdough starter made from flour, water, and a small amount of mature starter, specifically prepared for a single bake. So that is the meaning of Levain. I think it's a great name for a bakery, obviously, and because it's French, it sounds extra fancy. Anyway, so that's Levain. So let's go ahead and now actually get into the fragrance. So what I'm going to do is read through the scent story, then we'll go through the individual notes. I will try my best to explain what I smell in this fragrance outside of just saying that it literally smells like you're walking into a bakery. I'll try to expand upon that. After that, we'll get into the overall strength and throw. And then, of course, lastly, we will talk about the overall burn quality. By the way, this 50 ounce size here does burn for 200 plus hours. The 8.5 ounce size is gonna burn for 50 hours. So you are getting a ton of burn time out of both of the candle sizes, but this is why I started out with the bigger one, is that I know that I love this fragrance. So it makes sense for me to just go for the larger size versus buying multiples of the 8.5 ounce size. This is a premium soy wax. It's not a soy wax blend. It is 100% pure soy, and it is fabulous. You know what formulation this reminds me of? This reminds me of the Kringle soy wax. It is very, very similar. The wicks here, by the way, are 100% cotton fiber wicks. All right, let's read through the scent story and then go through the notes. We teamed up with Levain to bring you a candle as iconic as the New York institution itself. Mornings at Levain captures the delicious moment of walking into a bakery every day with sea salt, cookie accord, chopped walnuts, creamy organox, and fluffy musk. You'll feel the warmth of that first batch feeling. The notes here read, Levain Cookie Accord. These guys are actually really famous for their cookies. They make these really thick cookies. Oh my gosh, they look amazing. I love all cookies, but I think if I had to pick my favorite like type of cookie, it wouldn't be the one that is like flat. You know how sometimes cookies can flatten out? No. I mean, I'll eat them, don't get me wrong, but I prefer like the thick, fat cookies. Nothing better than a fat cookie in my world. So Levain Cookie Accord, sea salt, cocoa resinoid, chopped walnuts, creamy organox, and fluffy musk. Okay, I feel like we should start with the creamy organox and the fluffy musk here, because I did have a subscriber tell me that she also purchased this candle, and for her, it came across a little too perfumey. And I think the reason that it did for her is because of the organox and the fluffy musk. Now listen, to my nose, this is coming across as pure bakery. I don't smell the perfuminess that she did, but every nose is different. So keep this in mind. You may interpret the organox and the fluffy musk as more perfumey than I do. So I just want to put that out there. I don't want anyone to buy something and then be like, ugh, I hate it. So let's talk about organox. If you are not familiar with the organox note in personal fragrance or home fragrance, I'm going to read you the definition of it here. Organox smells like a warm, sensual, and musky blend with woody and amber-like characteristics. Now, I have experienced organox in other fragrances where it does smell a little more perfumey to my nose. It does not smell perfumey in here to me at all. I feel like the organox is just, it's what gives this fragrance the warmth, not perfuminess. I guess you could say maybe there's like the tiniest bit of amber, but I usually am pretty keen towards amber because I like it a lot, but I don't smell this and think, yes, there is a boatload of amber in here. But I can kind of see maybe where if I really stuck my nose into this one, I could maybe smell the tiniest hint of amber. But overall, in the end, this does not come across as perfumey to me. Also, the fluffy musk, I feel like just smells like sweetness to my nose. It's not like a perfumey musk again. Like I said, nothing about this smells perfumey to my nose, but other people, well, at least one person that made a comment stated that she did smell a little bit of perfuminess here. So just to put it out there, be careful maybe if you tend to smell things as perfumey. But let's go to where this really this whole blend really shines for me. The Cookie Accord. Ooh, you guys. Okay. It smells like a really high-end chocolate chip cookie with like sea salt sprinkled over top. It's perfection. It is absolute perfection. And it is, I would say, to my nose, that Cookie Accord is more than half of this fragrance. It is more than half. I also smell a really nice like dark cocoa powder in here as well. It is lovely. It almost smells like a mocha type, but really dark, really deep, dark mocha. The walnuts, yes, there is a nuttiness here. Walnut probably is the most likely nut. I mean, it doesn't really smell like pecans. I think that the nuttiness is maybe the most, I guess, generic thing about this fragrance, but it just smells like nuts. I'll say walnuts, but it doesn't outright smell like a walnut to my nose. Just generic nuttiness. The other thing that I smell here that is not listed, but I feel like I also smell like a baked French bread type of note as well. It's not a big part of the fragrance, but I do think that I also smell that in here, and it kind of helps to tone down a little bit of the sweetness that you can get from that cocoa and especially that cookie accord. The cookie accord is very sweet. But yeah, overall, I think that that French bready note that I smell in this one, it really kind of helps to tone down a little bit of the sweetness. And also in the end, I think it helps with that overall bakery vibe where it doesn't just smell like sweet baked goods, but also there is some like savory baked good notes here as well in the form of just baking bread, if that makes sense. It literally, you guys, it smells like you are walking into a bakery. You are just surrounded by all of the baked goods. Everything smells amazing. Everything is edible. This fragrance puts me in such a good mood. As a like true gourmand lover at heart, this is the type of candle that for me is a staple in my collection. I love everything about it. I wouldn't change a darn thing. And I have a backup on the way already. The fact that I haven't even reached the halfway point and I already bought another one, this is how much I love this particular fragrance. I will never be without it. Thank you so much to the ladies of Levain for partnering with SNIF on this one. And SNIF absolutely nailed it. They nailed this fragrance better than I think any other bakery scent that I've ever smelled. And I love a lot of bakery scents, but the authenticity here combined with the intense strength and throw just make me so happy. So let's talk about that strength and throw. You guys, it's a 9 in terms of strength. It is also a 9 in terms of throw. This candle is performing like a friggin' rock star. It should. It should. Based on the size and the price point, it should perform really well, and it does. This fills almost my entire house, and not just the downstairs of my house, it also travels upstairs. I typically have this on the kitchen counter. Now, I will admit that I do have it in my Chester Hurricane. I don't know if putting it in the Chester Hurricane amps up the strength and throw. Maybe it does. But even I think without that, it performs extremely well. It has been in the dining room here for just about an hour or so, and it has absolutely filled this entire room, and it is also spilling out into the other areas of the house, and I haven't even reached a full wax pool yet. I don't think you need a hurricane on this one, but it does look awfully pretty in the Chester Hurricane. The writing that you see on the bottom of the candle there is a really pretty like gold color, and it mirrors the like gold that is on the Chester Hurricane perfectly. Also, I have this sitting on top of one of my Homeworks pine cone pedestals in the Chester Hurricane. The whole presentation is mwah, chef's kiss. I love it. Anyway, rockstar strength and throw here, and the overall performance, it's been so great, you guys. Now, I did not trim the wicks for the first burn. I feel like the fragrance card, if I remember correctly, said to do that, but I was like, I'm just gonna leave it. And that seemed fine. These cotton wicks do get some carbon balls or mushroom tops, if you will, that you are going to have to trim for all of the subsequent burns. So do keep that in mind. You're gonna wanna trim the wicks. Now, in terms of any sooting or discoloration, nope, none. I don't expect that because this is a soy wax formulation. It is not a soy blend. It has had a really beautiful clean burn to it. I also get a really nice deep wax pool each burn. It is recommended that you not burn the SNIF candles, at least of this size here, for more than 4 hours at a time. The first burn, it does take about 5-6 hours for it to fully pull out, so that's going to be the exception. But they do advise to not burn for more than 4 hours at a time. And honestly, even after 4 hours, if you extinguish it, this lingers in the air. I don't know how they're doing it. This is what I expected that Carby Musk from A Better World Fragrance House to do. You know how they have that technology, and I'm doing air quotes behind the camera here, but in this Carby Musk fragrance, which was, by the way, like around 8 ounces, maybe 8.5 ounces, I paid $80 for that candle. That's a lie. I think I had a 20% off coupon from Ulta, but still, that's an $80 candle that is supposed to have this like lingering, like in the air technology, fragrance technology. I don't think it lingered in the air at all. Now, this does not claim to have that technology, but this lingers in the air like nobody's business. It will stay around for a few hours after I blow it out. The performance is phenomenal, you guys. I will give you guys the overhead shot here just so that you can see it, but it's been a beautiful clean burn. So let's take a look here. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, it hasn't even fully pulled out. Do you see that over here? Like I said, it hasn't been burning for several hours quite yet, so hasn't even fully pulled out, and it is already scenting this entire room and the rest of the downstairs. So, man, I love this one. Obviously, I've got a little bit of a thing here. I don't think, that this is something where, like, you have to have it. I don't want to imply that, but I have just personally found a really incredible fragrance here, and it's one of those that for me, it kind of falls into the same category as Homeworks Harvest Leaves, as Kringle Jelly Donut, Homeworks Autumn Pumpkin, the Henry Bendel Vanilla Bean, like those fragrances that just completely I just fall in love, and I've fallen in love with this. So maybe you will too. I don't know, up to you. I love it. I'm gonna keep buying it. So if you're interested, I'll have it linked. Enjoy if you're interested. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys being here for this like glowing review of Mornings at Levain by SNIF. If you've purchased this one, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Drew, if you're watching, spread the good word along with me. I feel like we need to spread the word about this candle. It's amazing. All right, thanks for being here. Have a great rest of your afternoon. I appreciate you so much. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.